Hey YouTube, what is going on? War Moose Eternal here, and I know you guys know me for Destiny 2 and GT Sport, but this is one of the game series that I've always really liked, but at the same time, it's always been kind of one of my personal fan favorites. Need for Speed, yes. To see the evolution of Need for Speed from the very first one up to now is mind blowing. Now, I'm just going to go through and show you guys some of my favorite cars I've got in this game just because I can. And whatever you're about to see, do not, under any circumstances, attempt on public roads. For the love of Christ, please. The cops will put you under the jail. Right? This is all in a virtual setting. This is all a game. Do not, under any circumstances, do half the stupid stuff you're about to see IRL. In a game like Need for Speed, perfectly fine. Go crazy. Go nuts. But do not actually try to take your car and go out and do some of this stuff, because it's going to cost you a lot more money and probably your freedom. Alright? Just please don't. Anyway, this is a little something I picked up, and I'm just... Here, let's just do this. I built that Golf as a response to a friend of mine who thought he was big and bad. But yes, that is what you think it is. I have my drift car as a Mustang because Vaughn Gittin Jr. is one of my all-time favorite drivers in Formula Drift. Just watching him turn that Mustang loose and show some of the JDM guys how it's done. This right here is part of my. That's one of my reasons, and just the energy that guy gives off is just so cool. He's always just like looking to have fun, go crazy, do stuff, just do something fun and exciting. So I had to. And of course, this one I got in the early stages of the game just for racing, and I had to make it RTR. This is actually set up like how I would have a Mustang. Horsepower wise, maybe not, because that's a bit insane. But give you guys a little bit of a tour. Alright. The full RTR body kit, wheels. And yes, I had to do that with a license plate just because. I wanted to look a bit more, sleek, a bit more clean, but at the same time, have it to where it looks like it's got a bit of attitude to it. That was my goal. I wanted it to still say Mustang, but at the same time, give it that bit of an attitude. Those bulging fenders, this thing is muscular looking, and this thing is pretty quick. Not gonna lie, this thing is pretty quick off the line. Now, we're gonna move down the line here. My drift car. That thing. Now, for those you don't know, with Need for Speed, you can get what's called runners. Those are what you deal with the cops and the house, the house goons. It's very subtle little changes on the car, in the appearance. I wanted to look more stock than anything, so that's kind of why it does, why it looks like that. Yes. You're gonna know something. All my cars have funny license plates. Alright. Lower's got the rotiform, I think it's rotiforms on it. Brembo brakes. And yes, I put bags on it just because when you actually are able to tuck the wheels and the fender wells, BMWs look really nice. Blacked out the headlights and taillights, just give it that sleek look. Now, it's pretty quick. Let's swap you out with something else. I want y'all to see this. I did this on purpose. I wanted to, my inspiration was kind of the Street Outlaws farm truck. But let's just, you know, take a look at it from the front here. It looks just like, you know, something you'd find sitting out in a field until, you know, you start noticing the little subtle cues. And the one obvious one, there's something completely off about this truck. Because I mean, I have a few friends of mine that play this game, and I'll kick the dog snot out of them in this truck, and they're just like, you and that 3-color rusted out Chevy pickup. Now, as you guys can see, you know, I went with the 2 different wheels because I wanted to keep the very, very, very large rear tires. The Aero works, the Aero tray in the back, the Hillbilly license plate. This thing is just obnoxious in every sense of the word. Alright. Let's show you guys this one real quick. This is a Beetle that I did, kind of a modified. This is actually a Beetle that I did, just kind of a tribute to one of the most famous VW Beetles in the world, Herbie. Except Herbie kind of let himself go a little bit here.
Herbie was done up similar to that one time.
Now, what'd he get? Come on. Sorry about that, guys. Had a small little disturbance here at the house. But, I really like the look of this thing. It's just, Baja Beetle to the max. And yes, vanity plate still. Now, this is actually the super build for the Beetle, if you choose it to be the off-road version. Alright. To swap this one out. Let's show you guys a few more. Now, as you guys know, I love muscle cars. Big, loud, angry, just full of hate. So I tried to replicate a Dodge Hellcat, but I wanted the shaker hood just because I thought the shaker hood looked really cool. Now, I went with the lime green paint on it just because, you know, it's bright, it's obnoxious, it's loud, it's crazy, it's Dodge through and through. But in a sense, it's got more of the drag pack look to it, but I just didn't have the right hood on there. And I thought the shaker hood, you know, just classic Dodge, classic Mopar. New front fascia. And yes, little skinny wheels in the front, big fat ones in the back. This thing is a drag car through and through. And it's just, it's pretty quick, not gonna lie, but not compared to some of my other monstrosities. Alright. This is one that I built just because I want to take an R34 GTR and make a drag car out of it. So, of course, I had to choose the HKS library. All-wheel drive, 1,000 plus horsepower. This thing is brutal. Remove the spoiler for a little bit better aerodynamics. Tuck the car in, and this thing is mind-bogglingly quick. I tried to give it as much. I tried to open the front end up as much as I could to allow more cooling into the engine, and not only that, it just looks awesome. Now, looking at the car, this thing is just stupid looking. It is wild. I love it. HKS, when they build their cars, when they build their own factory cars like this, they spared no expense on just the looks. They want their cars to be remembered and recognized. And so I had to choose the HKS wrap on this thing. Because it is just... Now, this is actually the sister car. The R34 is actually the sister car to this one. Now, the reason why I have two drag setup GTRs, and yes, I know this is actually a time attack car, but I thought the wrap fit. So, the reason why I have two GTRs set up as drag cars is they are just insanely fast, period. Especially the R35. This fucker is no joke. I'm sorry, pardon my language there, YouTube. But at the same time, not only is the GTR just stupid fast, the thing accelerates like nobody's business. All right. All-wheel drive, 1,000 plus horsepower. This thing is a monster. All right. This car is nothing to laugh at, nothing to sneer at. This thing is all business. Now, I do not have the Speed Cross DLC, but I do have a few drift cars for you guys. I actually set this one up to look like a New York taxi cab. I found the library, the wrap for it, and I was just like, yep, I gotta do it. Because I got a friend of mine, she lives up in New York, and she's been one of my closest personal friends for a long time. She has been an absolute just angel to have, so she lives up there, and I want to do something as kind of a nod to her. So I did this as a New York taxi cab. And of course, you know, I had to do the license plate as Drifty5 because it's a 55 Chevy Bel Air. This thing looks mean. Not even gonna lie. Now you're probably wondering why the hell a Miata? If that doesn't ring any bells to you, I tried to replicate Mad Mike's Miata, all because Mad Mike is just an absolute just wild man when he turns those Mazdas loose. A guy just goes crazy. He just throws all caution to the wind and just goes nuts. So I had to. Sorry about that. I've been a little congested because of this time of year. My allergies go completely crazy. So I had to kind of do a little homage to him. I think I got it right. If I messed up on something, let me know. Down in the comments, please let me know. But this is my Mad Mike Miata. 847 horsepower. This thing is, if you stomp on the gas the wrong way, wrong time, you're going to look back in the direction you just came. Now, go down the line. Here are some of the drift cars I built. Oh, there's actually a very special one here I want to show you. Now, as you guys know, I'm a big Ford fan. I love the Ford GT. That is one of my all-time just favorite cars. Just the technology and just what it represents, what the car represents. I love this car. This thing is probably one of my favorites. So when they announced they're going to take it back into Le Mans, and I found the wrap for this one, I had to do it. I saw it and I had to do it. I had to try to replicate it as best as I could. So this is what I come up with. The yellow headlights, for high visibility in the night, and it's got all the aero works, aero treatments to it. And I tried to keep it as close to the GTE Pro specs that it's at. The only thing is, I could not find the correct wing for it, so this is what I had to use. Other than that, the car itself looks great. It runs great. It's pretty fast. Not even gonna lie, this car is pretty quick. But also another thing too, I do want to mention. Remember how I said about the evolution of the Need for Speed series and just how the game series itself has evolved with just the detail? I mean, at first it started out with just simple, just like pixelated versions of the cars. But you could recognize what kind of cars they were. Now, you could see the tread in the tires, the lettering in the sidewall, the detail of the carbon fiber, the shimmer on the paint. This is freaking madness. I mean, all the little details the cars have on them, you could see. And personally, I think that is just amazing. Yeah. All right. And yes, the license plate said LM bound. And as you guys know me, I'm not normally a fan of Ken Block. But I have some close friends of mine who are, so I built the unicorn as kind of, a nod to them. Now, I don't think I got the right wheels on it, but at the same time, I think I did. I don't think I did. I'm not sure. But if I did, just definitely let me know. I mean, let me know any inaccuracies that I missed on any of the cars that I did. by all means, let me know. Ugh. Guys, I'm really sorry for my sniffling and snotting. I've been congested. Allergy season is an absolute nightmare for me. Especially with everything going on right now. You can't say it because, YouTube will demonetize you. They'll come down like, no, no, no. You'll not say that. You'll get in trouble. I don't know why YouTube just turned Russian there for a second, but okay. But, this is one that I did just... If I could build an R34, what would I do? This is what it come out as. I am going to leave this here for a second and let you guys just enjoy it. Take a look at it. I went with the white, black, and red scheme like that just because it looks clean. It's simple. It's clean. Not too many decals. It's not too overboard. Got the new wheels on it. Didn't mess with headlights or tail lights on it. And actually, this wrap is when I found it, and it fit just what I wanted to do perfectly. So, the car in itself is simple. It's clean. Not a lot of, over-the-top craziness to it, but it's got some aero work done to it. It's got a body kit. Now, this is what I would do if I could build an R34. If I was actually, mechanically inclined enough to do it, this is how it would turn out. But I do want to have a heart-to-heart talk with you guys about something. As most of you guys know, I have been diagnosed with depression when I was really young. And just going with that throughout my adult life it makes things really hard. The anxiety has been really hard as well. Yes, I'm in the kitchen fixing me some breakfast. Get over it. But it makes things a little bit more difficult. But I do have to say it makes relationships a lot more difficult because, if you can't trust your partner, then what are you doing? And given some of my personal past experiences, that makes things a few times more challenging than others. And personally, I hate it. I never wish I was this way. But I'll tell you part of the problem, though. As you guys know, I play a lot of Destiny 2. I do a lot of raiding. People tend to want to see how I am, and sometimes they want to exploit that for their own personal benefit. And then, me being me, thinking that some of them are friends, I do what I can to try to please them, make them happy. And then it seems like when they finally get what they want, I don't exist. It's one of those things of, it hurts, but at the same time, it's part of life. But I say all that to say this. That's part of the reason why I haven't uploaded a lot. Just been really down, really just kind of not in the right mental state to upload, because when I upload, guys, I want to make it as entertaining as possible for you guys. And I don't really consider them streams. I consider them more interactive videos for you guys. Now, I do have to say, even through some of the darkest points and some of the spells of depression I've had, is something I've learned. It is never weak to ask for help. It is never, it's never a sign of weakness. It's a sign of you've been strong too long, and it's time to call in some backup to help with the burden. But be careful who you call on, because sometimes they might try to exploit that. But I have actually had a couple of very, very, very special people that have been absolute just a godsend to me. And I want to give them a personal shout out in this video. That'll be one of my closest friends, one of my closest people. I've known this person for about 4 years. That is my and close friend and absolute just godsend of an individual, my buddy Optic Swoosh. Next one, I've known her for about the same time, about 4 years. She has been an absolute joy. She always makes me laugh. Just some of the crazy stuff she says, just out of the blue. And just such a bright, wonderful soul that has honestly been part of my driving force, part of my fire to keep pushing myself to do better every single time, every single raid that I go into, and everything I do, she pushes me to be better. That would be one of my closest friends in the entire world, Ender Venom 97. She has been an absolute joy, an absolute blessing, an angel in disguise. Now, sorry about that. Had to sneeze. Now, the next person has been one. I used to work with this guy, an absolute character, and I mean a character. You could be having the worst day imaginable. He come in, everybody just be laughing, joking, cutting up. He'd always make sure everyone was having fun, everyone was doing good, everyone was in a good mood. That would be a friend of mine, Robert Gomez, Robert Cruz Gomez Jr. And I just want to say, may he rest in peace. A bright soul taken way too early. The man was a legend in his own right. And just honestly, I look forward to working with Robert every night, just because of how crazy the nights were and just how memorable they were. And in all honesty, it was it was oh, the memories, oh, the nights we had. Oh boy. But last but not least, someone who has also been right there, just been an ear, just been, a shoulder. My fellow Titan main, an Iron Banner just monster, just an Iron Banner monstrosity. One of my closest friends, James motherfucking Vodera. And I should tell you guys a really funny story. My very first Garden of Salvation run, I didn't have a sniper called the Izanagi's Burden. I got kicked out after the second, well, before we got to the second encounter. I was devastated. I was heartbroken. I joined back up on my friend Endervenom, and we were just sitting there talking. I told her what happened, and I told her I was about to give up raiding. What she told me was this: that's not the GT I know. That's not the War Moose that I know. The War Moose I know would go back in there and show them how it's done. Would persevere, show them how it's done. 85 clears later, and I'm still going strong. Now, that's just the kind of people that you gotta have. But I am going to say this though: if under any circumstances that you need professional help, don't be afraid to seek it. All right? Because people may look down on you. Because people may, look down on you and want to, like, oh, he had to go seek help. He's not strong. No. Stronger than most people I've ever met. But also, you got to keep in mind, too, the people that you keep around you can influence you, can impact you in more ways than you will ever recognize. Now, on a side note, let's get back to the beauties here. I wanted to build a Drift 240SX. And this is what I did. What I think is really cool with the 240 on here is you can do the S13 conversion on the front end of it, which is always a super cool conversion. Just mild arrow work into it, and it's basically just I wanted to build a 240SX drift car. Okay. I have a bit of a confession. Yes, I know it's four-wheel drive. Yes, I know it's a Skyline. But here's the thing. I've always liked watching Ken Namura run the Blitz ER34. Alright. That's why this car is here. After I beat the game, this thing came available, and I'm just like, why not? Just why not? This thing is just crazy. In every sense of the word, this thing is nuts. Now, I'm just gonna leave that right there for a second. All because I just want to show off the car. Guys, I got a visitor in here. This is my German Shepherd, Dax. 3-year-old rescue, well, 3-year-old, German Shepherd that a coworker of mine had to rehome. And he has been an absolute blessing. He can be ornery as can be sometimes, but he's just an absolute blessing. And to be quite honest, there's times in the area I live, I don't feel comfortable walking or going outside at night. Just I get that really uneasy feeling. I take him out and it's like, okay. Just a second here. Sorry about that. I had some minor technical difficulties. But yeah. Anyway, you guys want to know another reason why I don't, like have professionally or like, edited videos and shit? Simply put, I'm not very good at it. And it's just like, I want you guys to see more of what happens as it happens on my end. Alright. They really gonna give me this entire open airfield to play. They really gonna give me all of this airfield to play. And yes, I'm doing all this while I'm eating breakfast too. Sue me. over the plane a couple times, go through the little hangar doodads here. Hey, welcome. Just showcasing some of my favorite cars off Need for Speed. Well, I can never get that backwards. I can never get 360 right for some stupid reason. Never wants to work. Ah. Forgot van there. Dirt. Give myself a bit more room.
Sun's rising. It'll be cooking the pavement in no time.
Slowing it out too wide. I'm just a little rusty. I've been playing a lot more Destiny 2 lately. And it's going to sound really kind of, like some deep interpersonal type BS here, but I find drifting to be so much more relaxing.
Yo, a roaming racer. I can take him.
Anything else? Nope, wrong button. I was going to take the GTR for a second and launch it for you guys. So you got something I found out as well in Need for Speed that you could do that you couldn't do in any others. Shut your engine off. Hey, how's it going? All right, 3, 2, 1, and yeah, still a GTR is pretty quick. Uh, I'm doing alright, just chilling out right now. Playing a little Need for Speed Payback. You missed. I had my Drift Mustang out earlier. I forgot how freaking hard the GTR pulled. Jesus. I mean, if you want, I can give you a personal tour of some of the cars I got. I forgot to do this earlier. And I did say the thing I found out with Mustangs in this game, if you get them over 1,080 horsepower, they tend to get a little tail happy. But yeah, credit YXZ. This particular Mustang here is set up like how I would actually have an RTR Mustang. This is kind of more of a personal, you know, eventually I want to build something like this, or if I can ever get up the money, actually have a real one kind of car. It's just, I like the attitude of the car, and I like the muscle of the car. Because it's just, it's one of those things you look at and you just know, automatic Mustang. No, we're gonna have a little fun. I love it. I love watching the flames spit out the back of the exhaust. All right.
Showtime! Woo! Here we go! Okay, Mac. What else you got? You see this?
Yep. Ah.
Hell yeah!
I'm still waking up, guys, so once I get more woke up, everything will be a lot tighter. I am actually mad at myself. A lot of these ones are sloppy.
Playtime's over! Oh, come on. Don't lose this drift, Mac. The king is here, baby!
See, beating that score, I don't really care about. All right. Yeah, this thing pulled itself sideways already from the line. Tap E-brake, send it, send it around. Avoid the light pole like a boss.
I must look so good right now.
Right direction. Hit that light pole because it looked at me funny.
I should try this with my eyes closed. All right, showtime. They'll write stories about this drift.
Ah. I come in too narrow in that last corner there.
I own this city, baby.
I'm trying to push it out too aggressive when I should just let it flow.
Damn, my bad. Can't stop, won't stop. Man, I am killing it. Bow down, baby.
There's a couple corners on that one there I swung out a little too wide and just got a little too aggressive in. But if I can clean myself up, that's an easy 750K right there. Don't really need nitrous. Don't really need a lot of nitrous in a drift car.
Here we go. Keep the floor, Mac. This is how you link times, baby. There we go. Look up.
Once again, come in too narrow on it.
There we go. Focus, Mac. This is insane. Now we're talking. Check out this form. Bow down, baby.
That anymore is an average run for me. So that I feel better on. Now, what I'm about to do, do not ever, ever do. And I mean this. If you have a law enforcement officer that is pulling you over, do not run. Alright? And I mean that. Do not run. Alright? If they're going to pull you over, you comply, you pull over, and, let them handle their business. What you're about to see is what you do not do. I don't think I can do that. Okay, so right now it's just house goods. Oh, and that's a kill switch cop. Believe it or not, these guys, believe it or not, if you try to run, police officers have means of taking you down in a hurry.
Jesus, guys.
Alright. Now, kill switches like that don't quite exist, so but they have special driving techniques that they can use to take someone down. So best advice would be do not run. Just, if you're getting pulled over, just accept it. Because that right there, legal consequences from just not only running from the cops and doing stuff like that, you would be under the jail. So I'm just trying to keep myself as far away from just to knock it out. Now, actually, if you time it just right, you can actually make them hit one of their own guys with your kill switch. And it's actually pretty comical to watch.
What a sight.
You just sit right there. Let me get away from you. I don't like you. Nope. This BMW would have been totaled right then and there. Now those guys, fuck those guys. You can hit those all you want.
Out of here. Is that all you got?
God, this BMW is a tank. But the thing is, though, the storyline of this game is that the cops are all owned by the house. They basically are ran and controlled by the house. At the same time, though, what you just saw there, you do not ever do. If you are in, if you know, you see a cop saying you need to pull over, just do it. Don't ask questions, just do it. Alright? Because by the time they caught up to me, I would have had, you know, guns drawn all around me. And they probably would have opened fire if I tried to move. Alright, well. Here in a little bit, I am going to flip over to Destiny 2 and do some Haunted Forest runs. me just a moment here. Yeah, here in a little bit I'm gonna swap over to some Destiny 2 and gonna get a few things going on there just for a little fun. I'm legit just like trying to without touching the steering is a mistake. Believe it or not, the 81K you see up there, that was actually set by the Mustang. Not the Unicorn, but Von Gittin, the Von Gittin Jr. Mustang. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Red Bull Miata has a engine out of has a rotary engine from an RX-7 in it. There's like a 13B rotary or something. It's something just bonkers. Now, yeah.
Let's go.
That was a scuffed run already. Only thing about the Miata is just it's so light and it wants to float. All right.
Showtime. Good. Showtime, baby. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. Don't lose this drift, Mac.
So everybody wants to float.
Eyes on the prize, Mac. Playtime's over. Bow down, baby.
Nah, oh well. It was still fun though. Ooh, base shipment. That's what I got. All right. All right. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to end this part here, and then I'm going to swap over to Destiny 2, and I'm going to be making a few runs to the Haunted Forest. All right. And guys, I will see you over there. And as always, y'all, like, comment, subscribe. If you were at all entertained, you know, by all means, throw a subscribe. I also have a PayPal if you want to donate, you know, just to help keep this up and going, because I'm not going to lie to y'all, bills right now are kind of tight on my end. So it's just any little bit of money helps. I wouldn't care if it's just even like 50 cents. Even, you know, that's an extra 50 cents to help out. All right? I wouldn't care. All right? But anyway, guys, as always, you know, like I said, as always, you know, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to get notified of whenever I do this. As always, y'all, you know, take care.